Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 13 of CS Sports Talk. We are here 13 episodes in, and today's a special. Today's all about the NFL mock draft, and we're going to give you guys a full NFL mock draft of round one. How are you feeling, Oliver? And are you
Yeah,
excited?
I'm excited to get into this one. The NFL draft is right around the corner, 4 days from now, and yeah, we're here to give you guys a full first round mock draft for all the teams in the picking in the first round. So let's get right into it. That's all we're gonna do today. It'll be a pretty short one, and yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so let's get right into CEO Sports Talk mock draft 3.0. This is the third we've done it on the channel, and so yeah,
All right, so we're starting up by 1 through 8, and stick with the routine here. Jacksonville Jaguars. I got Trevor Lawrence from Clemson, quarterback. Um, you know, all the stuff coming out. He doesn't love football. We heard it with Anthony Edwards. He's doing all right with the Minnesota Timberwolves. But I
right.
think Trevor Lawrence is one of the best QB prospects we've ever seen. And simply, I do think he loves football. Although we have never seen a quarterback that has hair that touches their shoulders win a Super Bowl. So I don't know if he'll ever win a Super Bowl. But I think my Jacksonville Jaguars will select Trevor Lawrence ultimately, and he will win a couple games, at least 10 games for the Jacksonville Jaguars in his rookie year.
Wow.
Now, and I think him growing up in a different family. He had a very artsy brother growing up. And his parents were not big sports fans. So Trevor Lawrence grew up differently than most NFL QB prospects. But yeah, he
Yeah.
maybe not does not love football, but he can sure throw that pigskin far. At two, I got Zach Wilson from BYU. I think these two are for sure. And yeah, we can move on from there. So there you go. Robert Sala taking Zach Wilson. But at three, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I got Trey Lance going to the 49ers. So, I mean, this week, my emotions as a Niners fan shifted, and the media kind of started to report that Trey Lance is going to become a 49er. So, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it as a Niners fan. I think Trey Lance is my favorite prospect, more than Zach Wilson, more than Trevor Lawrence. Trey Lance is a Niner, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm buying into the hype. April 29th, Trey Lance is going to become red and gold. Trey Lance is going to become part of 49er faithful. Trey Lance is going to become a Niner. Just wait till April 29th to see it. Atlanta Falcons taking the hometown man, Justin Fields, and I love this pick. Justin Fields going back home. He has epilepsy. I don't think that should affect his draft stock, but I do think Trey Lance is better, and it helps a little. And I think he can learn under Matt Ryan, and he will still be a good player. I don't want to hear about Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts isn't getting drafted first round. At five, I got the Cincinnati Bengals taking Penei Sewell. We talk about him every week. Perfect. Fits him perfect with Cincinnati. At six, Jamar Chase, also talked about him. Fits him perfect. Tua Tagovailoa, whatever his name is, fits him perfect. At seven, I got the Detroit Lions taking Devontae Smith. Fits him perfect with a star QB and Jared Goff. This will be the best duo in the NFL, an elite duo, and I love Devontae Smith in the Motor City. And lastly, I got a trade here. Chicago Bears trading to the Carolina Panthers, and I got them taking Mac Jones. I got the Bears taking Mac Jones, and we're gonna have an elite QB duel: Andy Dalton and Mac Jones, QB duel of the year.
The ages, man. All
Yeah.
right, I like your top eight, man. Can't really argue with too many of those. So let's get into mine. At number one, obviously Trevor Lawrence, pretty much already a Jaguar. He's donated to charities in Jacksonville already. Him and his girlfriend or wife or whatever. So yeah, he knows he's going there. He's pretty much known he's going number one for 3 years. It's just what team. Two, New York Jets, same thing. Zach Wilson, I think he'll fit well there. Needs to get more weapons, but maybe they can address that later in the draft. Number three, 49ers, same thing again. Trey Lance,
He copied me, by the way, for the viewers at home.
I was not
He had
aware.
Mac Jones at 2 hours ago. He had Mac Jones, but continue.
This is false information. Um, Ian Rappaport or Rap Sheet expressed that the two quarterbacks they're looking at is Trey Lance and Mac Jones, and I think Trey Lance would be the better pick here. Not saying it's going to happen, but it should happen. Number four, who I think is the best non-quarterback in the draft, Kyle Pitts. Atlanta Falcons kind of just take best man available here. Not exactly the biggest need, but they can't pass on a talent like Kyle Pitts. Five, protect Burrow. I mean, he's already torn his ACL. He needs that not to happen again. So Penei Sewell, Sweet Prince of Oregon. Miami Dolphins, they take Jamar Chase out of LSU. They need a person to pair alongside Devontae Parker in that receiving core. So I think Jamar Chase is the one to do that. Seven, I have Justin Fields at Ohio State going to the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff, as I said before, not the long-term answer in Detroit. Maybe Justin Fields can sit behind him for a year and learn from the elite Jared Goff. And then Carolina Panthers, Rashawn Slater, kind of, again, best player available. Rashawn Slater and Penei Sewell, far and away the two best tackles in this draft, and it's a need that Carolina desperately needs. So those are my top 8 picks.
Word. Yeah, I like that, by the way. I mean, it's good, nice and different. So, all right, 9 through 16 time for me. I got the Denver Broncos taking Caleb Farley at 9. I've been saying it since the start. I hate Caleb Farley. I'm going to be frank with you. I do not like Caleb Farley as a prospect. I would not be surprised if he tears his ACL in training camp and never plays a snap in the NFL. But the Broncos are different than me. They like Caleb Farley, and I think they're going to take Caleb Farley, and he's going to be a Denver Bronco on Thursday. At 10, I like my sweet king, Patrick Surtain II. I mean, this man is a beast. On the field, off the field, great guy. I think the Cowboys are going to love him. Cowboys fans, you guys are not good people. Treat him with respect. He's a great guy, and he's better than every single person you guys have ever had, besides Dak, great guy too. New York Giants at 11, taking Rashawn Slater from Northwestern. This would be a steal for Rashawn Slater, still on the board. Due to the Panthers in my mock draft trading with the Chicago Bears, I got Rashawn Slater being available. And, they're sacrificing another receiver, but it will be worth it having Saquon being behind a young Andrew Thomas and Rashawn Slater, who some people say is better than Sewell. At 12, I got Micah Parsons. Both Jalen Waddle is on the board, but I think Micah Parsons is at 12. He's a must-take. This guy is one of the best linebacking players we've ever seen. Since there's so many quarterbacks, he's not even being talked about. You got to take Micah Parsons at 12 if you're the Eagles. At 13, you got to take the best inside offensive lineman in this draft, Elijah Vera Tucker. Let him stay in Southern California and let him go to the Chargers and protect a young quarterback in Justin Herbert. At 14, I got the Vikings, helping out Kirk Cousins. This was a tough one. I really, really wanted them to get him inside O-line, but Christian Darrisaw can do it all. So I like Darrisaw there. And also, I wanted them to get defense, but they got the second round for that. At 15, I got your New England Patriots taking Jalen Waddle. If Jalen Waddle is available at 15, that's a must-take. It is tough, though. You didn't get another quarterback, another year of Cam Newton going 9-7. But, I mean, you can deal with that. And I think Jalen Waddle is a great player, especially with Edelman retiring. I mean, you don't want no nobody receivers like this Bird dude and Jabari Bird or whatever his name is and the other guy you guys have. I mean, you guys need an actual receiver. And the dude from Arizona State you took last year is a bust. And at 16, J.C. Horn, a perfect fit.
No need to trash on the Patriots like that, man. But all right, here we go. My 9 through 16. So, Denver Broncos. You would like Justin Fields to be available at 9, but I don't think he will be. They're a tough spot. Mac Jones, I don't even think is worth the 9th selection, even though he could go as high as 3. But they take the best quarterback available, which is Mac Jones out of Alabama. And I have a 4-streak Alabama players here. Would that be nuts? Probably maybe like the first time it's ever happened. Dallas Cowboys, same as Casey, take Patrick Surtain out of Alabama as well. Trayvon Diggs was decent, but they need a lockdown corner. New York Giants take Jalen Waddle. Him and Kenny Golladay could be an electric duo. Golden Tate's getting up there in age. 12, if Devontae Smith falls to the Philadelphia Eagles, that'd be a gift for them. Get the Heisman Trophy winner in Philly, and they desperately need a number 1 guy. Alshon Jeffrey's not really it anymore. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside never panned out. People like Greg Hightower are not going to get the job done either. And then at 13, Los Angeles Chargers take maybe even the best defensive player in the draft. Scouts have said, which is Jalen Phillips, edge out of Miami. It may not be the biggest need for the Chargers right now. Melvin Ingram, Joey Bosa, but best player available, can't pass on Jalen Phillips. 14, Elijah Vera Tucker, guard out of USC. Their maybe best lineman and Riley Reef departed to the Bengals, so they need to fix up this offensive line, probably the weakest part of their team right now, to protect Kirk Cousins. 15, New England Patriots, Micah Parsons. The man can play inside linebacker. He can play outside linebacker. And he makes this New England's linebackers core from one of the worst to one of the best in the league. Less than a year with Kyle Van Noy returning, Dante Hightower's coming back, and adding Micah Parsons. This would make this defense deadly if it isn't already. And then 16, Arizona Cardinals taking J.C. Horn, probably the second best corner in this draft. And it would be a gift to the Arizona Cardinals because Patrick Peterson departing, they need another corner badly. So that's my 9 through 16.
Yeah, two things. I mean, Jalen Waddle, I do like that. But I mean, I think with Kenny Galladay, they're going to go O-line, but that's where we differentiate. And then for the Pats, I mean, dude, how are you going to help that offense with Micah Parsons there? I mean, first of all, the Eagles are going to take Mitchell, but we're over that. Um, like, come on, man. You got PlayStation Sonny Michael in the backfield. You're really going to take a linebacker to help his ass out? I mean, come on. So, all right, we'll go to mine now. I do like that, though. All right. So at 17, we got Jeremiah Owusu Karamoa from Notre Dame. He fits so well with the Raiders. I mean, just vision it. Waking up in Las Vegas, Nevada, Jeremiah Owusu Karamoa drives to that beautiful stadium, Allianz Arena, whatever it's called. Oh, it would be a beautiful sight. He is a Raider, just him in silver and black. At 18, I got the Miami Dolphins taking Kwity Paye. Kwity Paye is a beast. He's out of Michigan. Don't know why it doesn't say that there, but he's out of Michigan, and he's a great player. He sucked last year, but I mean, Michigan sucked. He's playing under Jim Harbaugh, who was not a good coach last year. And Kwity Paye is a solid player. He'll fit right in with the Dolphins, who already got Jamar Chase in this draft, according to both of them mock drafts. At 19, I got Rondell Moore from Purdue. This kid is an animal. Shout out to Philip Santiago, the Cuban monkey. He reminds me of you. 5'6", and can bench so much, can deadlift more than any single person in this draft, and is an absolute animal. He's filthy on the field.
Yeah,
Love Rondell Moore.
maybe out of the receivers, but I doubt in this whole draft.
Dude, okay, whatever. He's like the Cuban monkey. But yeah, I love Rondell Moore. Great idea for the Washington football team with a great QB and Fitz magic throwing to him. At 20, I got the Carolina Panthers because they traded it with the Chicago Bears, who just took Mac Jones. But I got them taking Tevin Jenkins. You know, an O-lineman from Oklahoma State. Not the biggest fan of Oklahoma State, but, you know, Tevin Jenkins is a nice player. At 21, I got the Indianapolis Colts taking the in-state man, Liam Eichenberg. Love it. Great left tackle there. Would be an absolute beast on the field. The fans would love him. And he's a great, hard-working man from Indiana. Came from a farm. He is a Notre Dame in a nutshell. Love him. At 22, Tennessee Titans taking Tyson Campbell. This guy is a beast on the field. He's better than his teammate from college, Eric Stokes, by a mile. Tyson Campbell, so much faster, so much taller. Don't mess with him. The Tennessee Titans, they lost Adoree Jackson. New York Jets taking Gregory Rousseau, the Miami Edge. You know, he's kind of fallen in a lot of drafts. I think he fell for you a little bit on the big board from Adam Schefter and Mel Kiper. He really went down, and he went down for me. I mean, I had the Vikings taking him a couple weeks ago. But, you know, his edge teammate from college, Jalen Phillips, is even getting him. But I still love this Rousseau, man. I mean, Rousseau, he opted out of last season, so a lot of people forgot about him. Same goes for Jamar Chase, though. I think Rousseau will be a really good pro, and I think he can do a lot for the Jets, who already drafted Zach Wilson. And for 24, Najee Harris, only running back in this first round, in my opinion, going. They just traded away James Conner. I think Najee Harris will become a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yep. I mean, one thing I noticed about this is the Notre Dame O-line U continue to produce.
Yeah.
All right, 17, I got Tevin Jenkins, Oklahoma State. Probably the strongest and most physical player in the whole entire draft. Completely skyrocketed on boards after, you know, scouts analyzed more of his tape. I mean, the man just pushes people to the ground like their breakfast. And then 18, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Behind Micah Parsons, he's the best linebacker in this draft. Maybe in front of Micah Parsons. He's that special. He can really fly around the field. Absolute specimen. Great frame as well. He's kind of safety, kind of like Isaiah Simmons coming out of college. Washington football team, I have Christian Darrisaw out of Virginia Tech. Also kind of fallen a little bit on draft boards, but still pretty high up. And that offensive line would probably be a big need for Washington football team, as Cornelius Lucas won't exactly get the job done every time. And then Chicago Bears, Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota. Allen Robinson was franchise tagged, so he will be there for another year. And they get another good wide receiver when Allen Robinson probably is going to leave next year unless they franchise and tag him again. Indianapolis Colts take Caleb Farley. Really fell down. I had him at 9, like Casey was, like probably like my first mock draft, maybe my second. Can't really remember. We only did top 10 picks. But yeah, he's had a very recent back injury, which is kind of causing him to fall. A lot of injury issues, as Casey mentioned.
Dude reminds me of Cringy. He's freaking made of metal. I mean, he's a fragile man. He always gets hurt.
Very Kolovoska-like in the fact that he gets kind of made of glass and it gets injured a lot. So yeah, a big risk to take, but very high upside if he can stay healthy. Greg Newsome, another corner for the Tennessee Titans. Adoree Jackson and Malcolm Butler both left. They have desperate need of a corner. Greg Newsome's their guy out of Northwestern. 2 Northwestern first-round picks so far. New York Jets, Kwity Paye. Kwity Paye just falls into the hands of the New York Jets, who have already taken Zach Wilson in this draft at number 2. Would be a solid draft for the Jets. And then Steelers, as I agree, would be the only running back taken in this first round. And this is the only player I see Pittsburgh taking right now. It's just meant to be. So that's my 17 through 24. Let's move on to 25 through 32. Casey, take it away.
All right, so this is my final picks of this first round, and well, we're only doing first round, but yeah. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I got him taking Tony of Kadarius, wide receiver from Florida. I mean, I'm not the biggest Kadarius Tony guy, not the biggest guy, but I deal with it. Like, I deal with my hatred towards him, and I really like Trevor Lawrence and Kadarius Tony teaming up in the Duval and balling out. I think this will be a great rookie duo along with Laviska Shenault. And I think this will be nice. And don't forget about D.D. Westbrook from Oklahoma. Came off an ACL tear. He'll be back. At 26, I got the Cleveland Browns taking Joseph Ossai and helping his defense out. For some reason, it says he's an offensive tackle here. Cringy messed that up. Joseph Ossai is a beast, and he is one to not be messed with. I love Joseph Ossai in the trenches. And everyone here, go watch his film versus Texas Tech. Oh, my God. The man went crazy that game. I think the Cleveland Browns would love this guy. The fans would love this guy. But 3 teams would hate this guy, and that's the other NFC North teams. At 27, I got Bateman of Rashad from Minnesota going to the Baltimore Ravens and finally giving Lamar Jackson some help. Marquise Brown will not cut it. Rashad Bateman will give Trace McSorley and Lamar some other help, and that will help them out a lot. At 28, I got the New Orleans Saints taking my dad, a.k.a. Alex Leatherwood. I love this guy. He is a nice left tackle, 410 pounds, 6'8". I mean, you cannot get by that guy. There's not a single defensive end in the league that can get by Alex Leatherwood. At 28, I got the Green Bay Packers taking Northeastern's finest cornerback, Greg Newsome. The dude is a beast. I mean, he is going to be a nice cornerback. We saw what happened to Kevin King last year in the NFC Championship. It is time for a new cornerback in Green Bay, and Greg Newsome is one that can do the job. Last 3, at 29, I got the Buffalo Bills taking center from Alabama, Landon Dickerson. Dude is an alpha, and he loves to play football. He has grit, and that is the most important part of football. He broke his leg last season, and he came back for the championship with a broken leg just to go into the last game. That is so impressive. The man has grit. Buffalo Bills, the grittiest city in the United States of America, a football town. Landon Dickerson and Buffalo, you can't get a better duo. At 31, we got the Baltimore Ravens taking Christian Barmore from Alabama, and he fell down. If Christian Barmore can somehow make it to 31, Baltimore Ravens, this is the steal of the draft. And, I mean, you can't get a better draft than having Rashad Bateman, an offensive weapon, and Christian Barmore, a defensive Trent Milanowskis in the trenches. Oh, you can't get better than that. But to end my first round, I got the shock. This reminds me a lot of Jordan Love last year, going to the Green Bay and learning behind the GOAT Aaron Rodgers. Let's think about it. Tom Brady retires next year. Who's playing QB for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Blaine Gabbert? I mean, come on. Take Jamie Newman and have the future in Tampa Bay. This would be the steal of the draft. Have Jamie Newman learn from one of the second greatest quarterback and second greatest player of all time. I mean, that would be a freaking win and a half for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Jamie Newman, I think, would love that too. Jamie Newman, last pick of the first round, going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lamar learned from Flacco, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he was the last pick of the draft.
All right, but you could have gotten probably like the third round, but yeah.
No. And also, I'm done here. You may have noticed one thing. Where's Kyle Pitts? You're probably asking. Kyle Pitts, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see this. Wednesday night, April 28th, something's going to happen to Kyle Pitts. 2013, his Twitter has something on that right now. That is going to be released at 10 p.m. on Wednesday night, and Kyle Pitts' future will be in jeopardy. He will fall all the way to the second round, and the Los Angeles Chargers will swoop him then. AKA, I just forgot to put him on my draft, and I'm just predicting that he'll have a Laramie Tunsil moment. But yeah, my bad. I forgot about that. I really think he'll actually end up going either to the Falcons at 4 or to the Giants at 12 or the Pats at 15. I think he actually has a chance of falling. Right. Or Chargers at 13.
25 through 32. I have the same 25. Kadarius Toney. Get a nice little receiving core going there. Laviska Shenault's a young guy. He'll be in his second year. Kadarius Toney will obviously be a rookie. And, yeah, give weapons to Trevor Lawrence. That's what you need for a young quarterback, people he's safe throwing to. And, yeah, I mean, tight end position is not completely solved with Tyler Eifert, but it's decent. Number 26, Cleveland Browns take Christian Barrymore out of Alabama, defensive tackle, the best defensive tackle in a very weak defensive tackle class. But yeah, it would be a gift to the Cleveland Browns in this defense. He would play alongside Myles Garrett on this D line. And then 27, Baltimore Ravens take Azeez Ojulari from Georgia. They just lost Matthew Judon, who signed with the New England Patriots. So fill his shoes with Azeez would be a great pick at 27. At 28, the New Orleans Saints select Zaven Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa. Demario Davis is great, but he needs someone to go alongside. Zaven Collins is the answer out of Tulsa. 29, Green Bay Packers take a wide receiver, and that's Elijah Moore. Wide receiver is probably the weakest part of this offense. Sorry, definitely is the weakest part of this offense. Besides Davante Adams, who is the best receiver in the league, they don't really have anyone. I mean, Allen Lazard, Marquez Valdes-Scantling. It's a lot to be
It
desired.
ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, it's not going to cut. So Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss would be the correct pick here for the Green Bay Packers. Number 30, Buffalo Bills. They need someone to pair alongside Trey Wright, man. He's a top 5 corner in the league, and he needs someone along on the other side of him. And that's where Eric Stokes comes to play. Out of Georgia, great talent. He might not go first round, but I think he does at 30. At 31, Baltimore Ravens just acquired this pick from the Kansas City Chiefs. They take Alex Leatherwood, the GOAT from Alabama, this absolute mammoth of a human being, and he goes at 31. 32, Joe Tryon from Washington, edge. Tampa Bay could go a lot of directions here. They could go QB. They could go running back. I could see Travis Etienne going here. They could go O-line maybe. I don't know. But I have them going and even boosting this already stacked defensive line and linebacker core with Joe Tryon out of Washington. So there it is. That concludes me and Casey's full first round mock draft. And yeah, there you have it.
Since the last time we have talked, CO Sports Talks enthusiasts, the Giants are 5-2. We won 2 of 3 in Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Park, and we won 3 of 4 this weekend against Miami. So how'd you feel, Oliver?
Giants are 14-8, man. It's a great time to be a San Francisco Giants fan. We're surprising everyone. We're underrated. We're second in division, only one game behind the Los Angeles Dodgers for first, and the San Diego Padres are sitting at third where they belong.
We're happy, actually.
Yeah, so this feels great, and hopefully we can keep it going. Colorado, bring it on.
Honestly, man, the pitching has been fabulous. The hitting hasn't been amazing, but who cares? We're a defensive team, and that is carrying us. I love it. I mean, in 2010, 2012, and 2014, we were not the best hitting team, and by all means, we fought. And for the NBA, take a look. The Warriors, 31-30 right now, the 10 seed in the West. They are in the playoff hunt. They played 61 games right now. Do you think they can make it?
Yeah, because of the play-in tournament. I think the 7 through 10 seeds get in a little tournament there. So I think they're definitely in playoff contention right now. Just got to keep winning games. Steph Curry obviously doing most of the handiwork there in Golden State. But yeah, just keep it rolling, Golden State. Nice win over Sacramento today. Got a little scary at the end, but the dub was pulled out against Casey's Kings.
I mean, I love it about the Warriors. I'm a big Kings fan, but the Warriors are my second team. Love Curry. But Warriors are going to get the 10 seed. The Pelicans are a couple 5.5 games back from the dub, so they should be fine there. I love the play-in tournament too. Cool little addition. I mean, the Spurs, Shiver Me Timbers, kind of washed up. That's just a good coach there. The Grizzlies, they have that J.A. guy, whatever his name is. He's terrible, but he kind of carries in the Trailblazers that have Curry's son. So otherwise, I think the Warriors should be good.
Yeah. I mean, the Spurs was a bunch of washed up veterans with LaMarcus Aldridge. Now he's not even in the league.
Yeah.
Shiver me. Literally shiver me.
And how about the Mavericks, man? They were terrible at the start of the year. Now they're 33-26.
Magic, man. Luka Magic. Porzingis is figuring some more things out. So yeah, good things happening in Dallas.
And the Dadgum Suns are somehow 42-18.
That's the Dadgum Suns, man.
And in the East, it's East Nash, just very just chalk Nash. But I mean, the Wizards are making it in the playoffs. It looks like, so that's cool. And the Knicks are somehow 34. But I mean, Mickey Mouse schedule.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse schedule. That's gonna do it for this little mini segment of basketball and baseball. Thank you everyone for watching episode 13 of CO Sports Talk. We will continue to crank out these bad boys every single week. You know, we're stuck at 36 subscribers right now. Let's just get 4 more. Get us to 40. Please keep pressing that red subscribe button and keep supporting us, man. It means a lot. 50 subscribers, we will be doing the trivia game show. About 20 participants will come on. Probably put you guys' name in a raffle of all 50 you guys. So you have a pretty good chance of coming on.
And it'll be a whole tournament. I mean, Luke Young, I don't want to hear none of this chirping anymore. You want to come on our damn show so much. Prove it and win our dang trivia. All right. I don't know if you know your stuff. It's not just gonna be sports too. We're gonna have some geography.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Really means a lot to us. But we'll continue to crank these bad boys out, like I said, and we will see you guys next week.